Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would share with you my views and my thoughts and my, reaction to the new live action Little Mermaid movie that just came out. So stay tuned. We're kind of going to go through the film. Heads up, there are going to be spoilers if you have not seen it already. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you have not seen it and you don't want anything spoiled, not the video for you. But I definitely want to know what you guys think. There's been all kinds of discussions on both sides of the lines with this one. And so it is always kind of fun to hear people's opinions. But yes, so that's what we're going to do today. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to try and make this quick because, it's about one of my absolute favorite movies in the whole world. So I'm going to do my best to make this a quick little chit chat with you guys. I'm going to preface this by saying these are my opinions and my opinions only. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. We may not agree on some things, and that's perfectly okay. What I don't think is right is to label someone a racist or a bigot or a hater because they have different opinions about a movie than you do. So let's get that out of the way. Casting was phenomenal. I mean, flawless casting. I loved everyone who they put in each position. Halle was born for this role. I really, truly think she was. Just like I think Melissa McCarthy was destined to play Ursula. Could not picture anyone else playing Ursula. Oh my goodness. And Halle, like I said, she just embodied the character so flawlessly. You could feel her passion and her love of the character and of the music coming through in every song and in every scene. Just amazing job with the cast. Visually, the film was very, very appealing. No qualms whatsoever on those parts because you sit there as a kid hoping someday you get to see it, and we got to see it. Now, are there a few things I would have changed? Of course, that's how it is with every movie. There are a couple of things that I was like, whoa, okay. So we may have this is where the disagreements may come into play. Some of the songs that they added, no, they kind of fell flat for me, and I don't feel that they were period appropriate, I guess, if that makes any sense, which I guess is kind of the style of that other guy, Lin-Manuel. That's kind of his thing. He brings in modern day music styles into period pieces, and I just don't know that they worked. Jonah Hauer-King's song Wild Uncharted Waters, the melody just seemed weird. The song itself, while we were of course getting his reasoning and his reasons for wanting to explore and see more and to stay relevant, made sense. The song itself just was off for me. And I'm not the only one, apparently, after talking with quite a few people that feels that way. Just something about it was amiss. Was I happy to get to know the character more? Yes. Do I think they could have done it in a better way? Yes. Now, granted, they were made this an underwater musical, so there needed to be songs about every 2 minutes. So I get that, but maybe not in that form. I don't know. I didn't mind his singing though. The guy can sing, that's for sure. He definitely can. The other song that kind of was Scuttlebutt. Again, just out of place. It felt like the style just did not seem to. It just felt very forced. This is not a diss on Awkwafina's abilities because my goodness, the girl's got abilities. I don't know. That part kind of, again, was kind of cringe. And again, after talking with many people, seems to be kind of the general consensus. The rest of them, though, Ariel's for the first time was beautiful. Her reprise of Risking It All, gorgeous. Under the Sea was a little different. I don't think it was the music that bothered me. It was the scenery that just kind of seemed a little different. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad by any means. I thought it was kind of cool. Poor Unfortunate Souls, holy smokes. Even the changes that they made to that song in order to fix the loophole of Ariel being able to write, where they had her pluck a scale from her tail instead, I think that was really well done. But no, she did, I think, oh my gosh, I love Poor Unfortunate Souls. Kiss the Girl, again, with Awkwafina on Scuttle, it just seemed a little out of place, I guess, when she did the whole bow chicka wow wow. That's a very much modern day reference, not a period piece reference, so it felt very much out. And again, I know that they were trying to allow her personality to come through in the character. It just cheapened the scene for me, at least. And I know that Scuttle in that bit part is supposed to be funny, but that just seemed a little inappropriate. I don't know. Again, I know it, like I said, it just felt like it was forced. But the rest of the song, I loved. That scene was beautifully done. I loved how Ariel got him to say her name. I thought that was pretty ingenious and inventive. They changed a few things in the film itself. Obviously, they omitted one of my favorite songs, which was the Les Poissons with Chef Louis. I was very bummed by that. I loved that song as a kid. I loved the interaction with Sebastian. It was one of my favorite scenes. So not seeing that was kind of a bummer. And they didn't really say why they omitted that song. But it is what it is. And then Vanessa's trick. Wow. Hallie just shone her voice skills, her talent, just wow. I loved it. I loved it. As to the movie itself, they did take some liberties. Obviously, they're going to. Some of the things they harken back to the original Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid, which I thought was great. They added a few things, again, which is fine. I love that they expanded on Eric's character, his collecting, how it felt like you were in a land version of Ariel's grotto, so I thought that was really cool. I love that he had a little Jade, Little Mermaid figure. I think that was a cute tie-in. The Queen, she was wonderful. I love that they made him... They explained why she and he were a different race. He was adopted, so I thought that was pretty cool. That they, helped that make sense. And just all in all, really, really, really well done movie. I was not 100%, satisfied, obviously, because a couple of things were left out, but I was like 98% satisfied. I was bummed again about the Chef Louis, and I was extremely bummed that they left out the transformation scene at the end. All they did was show Triton pointing his trident at Ariel, and instead of seeing Hallie, which would have been so gorgeous, emerging from the water in a beautiful, sparkly transformation dress, we didn't even get that at all. And poor Hallie herself only had really 2 outfits the whole movie: the blue dress, the pink dress at the end, I guess 3, and her tail. And I really feel like she kind of got cheated on that, because we had a beautiful big pink ball gown in the animated film. People are like, well, they didn't have those stuff in the Caribbean. Did you see the Queen? Yes, they did. And even a version of that would have been fine. And then, of course, since they didn't get married at the end, she didn't get a wedding dress. It is what it is. They're going to change things for a live action movie. They omitted all the songs and music from Cinderella. So, hey, what are you going to do? Other than that, the only other thing that they omitted that I was like, and one of my friends and I were just talking about this the other night, when Ursula kills by accident her 2 eels, she's like, my babies. And then it just went silent. I'm like, my poopsies. You're supposed to say my poopsies. And she didn't. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. She's like, in the animated film in this one, she gets angry, and you can feel that anger, and I love it. But it's like, where was that other part of the line? Well, But what was really strange was, of all the sea creatures, Sebastian and Flounder were the only 2 that could talk. None of the other fish seemed to be able to. The eels didn't talk at all. So I was like, okay. Not sure what's going on there, but what are you gonna do, I guess? But one of my favorite lines, I guess, was still in there, and that was, Flounder, don't be such a guppy. And I loved her delivery of that. So all in all, I loved the film. It was really, really well done. I could not be any more thrilled with it. Will we go and see it again? Probably not, just because time. Time. I know other people see it like 4 and 5 times. I can't. Our weekends are booked solid until 2028. But am I excited to see it again? Absolutely. Is it my favorite live action film? No, it is not. And it's not because, anything was, you know, horrible. Cinderella, just for me, is still my absolute favorite live action film. I don't know what it is. It just is. Which is funny because Little Mermaid is my absolute favorite Disney film. I think this one, the live action, comes in at a very close second. It was, like I said, a few of the songs just kind of threw me a little bit, and omitting a couple of, you know, things, especially the transformation scene, which is like the culmination of the film. Omitting those from it just kind of made it feel like it was lacking a little bit. I don't know. I'm not disappointed by it, though. I'm not disappointed by it. Again, I think everyone did a beautiful job, and I am thrilled to finally have a live action film of my favorite movie. And I'm looking down, I've got all this Little Mermaid merch here, and come on now. Wicked awesome. So much good stuff came from this film that, I'm so happy for Hallie. I'm so happy for everybody involved, because everything that we got from this film has been just absolutely, come on now. King Triton doll, yes, that's awesome. So, and then, you know, the limited edition doll, which is right there, and supposedly we're getting another one. At least that's the scuttlebutt of it at the moment. We'll see. So, you know, it'll be fun to see that. It's fun to see what else is still releasing. It's been a wild, fun ride, and I'm loving everything that's coming out of this movie. Loving seeing people's reactions and the children that are getting to see the representation in the film. Just a beautiful movie all in all, and yeah, so that's my thoughts. Again, I know it's kind of a longer video. I know people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. Other people, like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's the beautiful thing about all of this. There is something literally for everyone, and yeah, so hopefully you guys have had a chance to see the film. Like I said, this is full of spoilers, so FYI, oops. But I'm sure by now most of you, if not all of you, have already seen the film, and yeah, hopefully you've had a chance and have enjoyed it, and yeah. But definitely let me know your comments and thoughts down below. I'd love to hear what everyone's got to say. Just keep it nice and respectful, guys. That's all I ask. There have been some pretty hateful comments on quite a few people's posts, and it's just like, wow. But you know, what are you gonna do? Be the better person, and that's all you can do. So anyhow, yeah. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope everyone's having an extra magical day, and we'll see you real soon.